what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fitness Goal Friday. Today, we're going to talk about why during Christmas and New Year, you need to make it not as bad as it could be. The goal of the Best You podcast is to allow you to feel confident about what you need to do, why you need to do it, and how to do it in order to get closer and closer to your best you. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fitness Goal Friday. If you're watching or listening to this on the day that it's released or nearby, then it's going to be right around Christmas time 2021 or right around New Year's 2021. And this is the time of year where it is super difficult for a lot of people to stay on track with their health and fitness goals, both from a fitness and a nutrition standpoint, right? Because there's so many sweets around, there's a lot of alcohol around, and there's a lot of distractions where we don't, quote, have time for working out. I don't believe that, but there's a lot more distractions around, that's for sure. But it's a matter of whether or not you prioritize the time to exercise or not, if it's important enough to you or not. And I think it's just so critical to finish off the year strong, because at the beginning of the year, when we start off 2022, we all have big goals for ourselves in all fields of our life, right? In all areas of our life, whether it's health and fitness or whether it's our career or whether it's a personal thing, we have big goals. And if we're not feeling energized, if we're not feeling healthy, then we're not going to be able to execute at a high level. We're not going to have the energy to be able to execute and follow through and be motivated at a high level like we actually have the ability to do. So it's really important to finish off the year strong so we can start off the year with a bang. But today I really want to talk about this phrase that I like to use with a lot of my clients, which is make it not as bad as it could be. You see, this whole idea, that whole phrase kind of stems from the fact that a lot of people are all or nothing people. A lot of people think that they need to do the ideal version or the optimal version of a habit, or it doesn't count, or might as well just do nothing, or might as well just say screw it and go off the deep end. They think that, okay, either I need to have a great workout for 60 minutes or just screw it, I'm not going to work out at all. Or I'm going to have a phenomenal week of nutrition or a phenomenal day of nutrition. And then if I have a bad lunch, then screw dinner. I'm just going to say screw it and have a bad dinner as well and have dessert and all that kind of stuff. And so what I like to think about is not the all or nothing approach. And the reason why the all or nothing approach is not good is because, sure, you might be able to go all for a while, a day, a week, 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 years. You might even be able to do it for 15 years, right? Like the all or nothing type mentality. But what all or nothing also means is inevitably nothing is going to come. If you are all or nothing, then you might be able to be all for a while, but inevitably nothing is going to come. And when nothing comes up, that's not good. That's not good, right? You're going to be at nothing for a while, and that's not going to give you the results that you actually want to see. So what I actually like to say is make it not as bad as it could be. So for example, if you're going in to Christmas, then be realistic with yourself. Don't say that you're not going to have any sweets or any cookies or any ice cream or whatever it is during Christmas. Be realistic with yourself and make it not as bad as it could be. And so what that looks like is up to you. Maybe instead of having 9 cookies on Christmas, it's have 4. Or maybe it's instead of having 2 servings of dessert on Christmas Eve and Christmas, maybe it's have 1 serving of dessert. Or maybe it's have dessert on Christmas and try not to have dessert on Christmas Eve. Or maybe sweets isn't even your big downfall. Maybe it's alcohol. And so maybe instead of starting drinking at 11 a.m. on Christmas Day, maybe you wait till 2 or you wait till 3, right? So making it not as bad as it could be. If you do that on a lot of days when it could be really bad, the fact that you're scaling back on a lot of those days makes a huge improvement. And the other huge thing about this is you don't want to tell yourself that you're going to try to do something that you know you're not really going to be able to do. You don't want to be unrealistic with yourself, because if you're unrealistic with yourself and then you say that I'm not going to have any sweets or I'm not going to have any alcohol, and then you inevitably have some sweets or have some alcohol, then you're going to feel down about yourself. You're going to see yourself as the type of person who says they're going to do something, but then they don't actually follow through with it. And you don't want to see yourself as that type of person. So don't set yourself up for failure by being unrealistic with your expectations of yourself. Be realistic with your expectations of yourself and make it not as bad as it could be. And then the other thing with this is when you say I'm going to try to make it not as bad as it could be, you want to be really specific, because if you just say, I'm going to try to be better than I normally would, what does that mean? What does that mean? I'm going to try to be better. Or I'm trying to be good on Christmas. I'm going to be good on Christmas. I'm not going to be bad. I'm going to be good. What does quote good mean? What does I'm going to be better actually mean? What does not as bad as it could be actually mean? That's why I came up with some specifics before, right? Like come up with a quantitative and a qualitative aspect to it. If you're going to say, if you're trying to be not as bad with your sweets, you're not as bad with your alcohol, quantitatively, what does that actually look like? Does it actually mean that I'm going to have one serving dessert and not two? And qualitatively, what does actually a serving qualify as? It's not 7 scoops of ice cream, right? Like maybe it's 2 scoops of ice cream. And so you want to be as specific as you possibly can when you try to make something not as bad as it could be. And this should become as a relief to you around the Christmas and New Year's time. It's inevitable that you are going to do things that are maybe not in alignment with getting you closer to your goals, which is okay, right? That's okay. That's life. You want to enjoy life. But you want to just try to make it not as bad as it could be. So instead of falling off, you stay the same. You just maintain. And that way, you're not going to have to double your time to get back to where you were. You just maintain. And then after a few days or after a week or so, then you pick right back up where you left off, and you don't have to regain the ground that you had lost by making it super bad and eating all the sweets and drinking all the alcohol. So during Christmas and New Year, here at the end of 2021, make it not as bad as it could be. I want you to ask yourself that almost like every single day that you feel like there's obstacles, there's challenges that will keep you or have the potential to move you further away from your health and fitness goals. Ask yourself, how can I make today not as bad as it could be? And then be as specific as you possibly can. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you got some peace from this episode. They don't have to be perfect over the Christmas and New Year's time. And I hope it gave you a little bit of a strategy and a little bit of a mindset going in that you can actually do, because it's really important that you head into 2022 feeling good about yourself, feeling good about where you are with your health and fitness, so you can get started off with a bang and you don't have to make up ground that you lost here at the end of the year. Also, if you guys are interested in joining the 10-week transformation program, then you go to nickcarrier.com/10WT. Look, if you feel like you need that little extra kick in the ass, you feel like you need that little extra motivation, and you feel like structure and accountability are the things that you need to get you closer to your health and fitness goals, then the 10-week transformation is perfect for you. You're going to set a goal. We're going to create a strategy. You're going to be super motivated by that strategy. You're going to be super motivated by putting that all on a scoreboard and seeing and monitoring your progress every single week. Like when you see your actual progress, that's when you believe that what you're doing is working. And that's when you see yourself moving towards a worthwhile goal. And that's when you get fired up. And that's what makes life meaningful. So if you want to join, go to nickcarrier.com/10WT. You don't have to live in Nashville. If you live in Nashville, I have a program starting January 10th. But if you don't live in Nashville, you can do it virtually as well. And I would love to have you. I would love to create that structure for you. I'd love to create that game plan for you and help hold you accountable to executing it. So again, nickcarrier.com/10WT. Other than that, during this Christmas and New Year, when there's obstacles in the way, when there's challenges in the way, don't worry about being perfect. Worry about making it not as bad as it could, because if you can do that, it will allow you to maintain or maybe even slightly continue to improve so that you can get closer and closer to your fitness goals and ultimately get closer and closer to your best you.